What's going on, guys? I'm your host from the East Coast, Gina Man 94, here to give you guys my WWE Raw review for January 2nd, 2017. First of all, I just want to tell you guys Happy New Year. Hope you guys enjoyed the holiday season. And now we got the first Raw of 2017, which was still a pretty average show. But let's get into it. So Raw kicked off with Mick Foley in the ring talking about the match Owens will have with Reigns at the Rumble. And, him and Jericho came out. They were petitioning about having Jericho in the shark cage because he's afraid of heights. They say it's a new year and they won't stand for his shenanigans anymore. Foley was like, you know what? Cool. We'll just give you a clean slate and we'll give you your own talk show, the Kevin Owens show. They're actually running with the gimmick of his t-shirt. And his first guest will be Goldberg. And then Owens got pissed off, says he's abusing his power. And then, Stephanie came out, and she actually came out to defend Mick Foley. And I got some words about Stephanie because she's so confusing to me. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. She came out to defend Mick Foley, saying every decision he's made is correct. She wish he would have, consulted with her a little bit more, but it's all right. She trusts him, and, they're both on board with each other. And then she gives Jericho not just a regular match, but another United States Championship match against Roman Reigns. And if Roman Reigns is disqualified or counted out, he loses his title. And then she gives Kevin Owens a match against Seth Rollins, and the loser of that match will be banned from ringside. I'm just like, how many times are we going to do these matches? Like, it's either Owens is either facing Reigns or Rollins. He doesn't face anybody else. And that's what ruins it for pay-per-views, because you kill off the matches that you want to see on the pay-per-view, and then you do the matches on Raw, and then when it comes to the pay-per-view, everybody craps on the match because it's the same exact match. Not saying any of these guys are bad workers or anything, but if you keep doing the same matches over and over and over, people are eventually going to get tired of it. So we get Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins, and like Stephanie said, the loser of the match will be banned from ringside for the United States Championship match. And like I was just talking about, it was a solid match. It was a really, really good match. I'm just tired of seeing it. You got to do something new, and it's hard for these guys to do something new if they're still facing the same people week after week after week. These guys are good workers, but just like at the same time, how many times can you do this match? Like, you're just running it into the ground, and it just doesn't help anybody in this situation. But like I said, the match was solid. It was going good. Owens hit Seth Rollins with the ring bell because he was on the verge of getting counted out, and then he got himself disqualified and wound up being banned from ringside for the United States Championship match that Roman Reigns was going to have with Jericho. So Seth Rollins wanted to come out and help Reigns. He could, but actually that would get Reigns disqualified, meaning he would lose his title, so I don't really see how that was a negative. But I digress. Next match we got Ceasaro, who was with Sheamus, versus Karl Anderson, who was with Luke Gallows. Highly competitive contest. It seems like Anderson and Gallows will be going after the tag team championships next, since New Day lost their rematch. I like this match, though. It wasn't just a standard tag team match. They didn't completely give away the match, as I was just talking about earlier. They had, two members from each team face off, and this gave Anderson a way to show off his skills against a highly formidable opponent. He wasn't like out there facing Golden Truth or something like that. He was actually facing somebody legitimate in Ceasaro, and it was a pretty good match. It was a damn good match. You had Luke Gallows on the outside, who was distracting Ceasaro for the whole match. So Sheamus was on commentary at first, and then he eventually went down the ring to help even up the score. Ceasaro still with his uppercuts. They're still ridiculous. They still look like they'll tear your head off. Karl Anderson's kicks, like the way he kicks you, is just unorthodox. The way he does his moveset, and they look like they'll knock your teeth out. So yeah, like I said, it was a pretty good match. As Ceasaro was going for a superplex off the top rope, Luke Gallows, who continued to interfere, got on the apron, and then Sheamus, came over there and pulled him off the apron, and he shook the ropes, and Ceasaro was on, the inside of the ring part, so he fell down, got up a little bit, and then, I think, what did Karl Anderson hit? He hit like a reverse diving neck breaker from the top rope, and that was able to get him the win. So Anderson and Gallows pick up a win over the tag team champions, but not in a tag team match. So I think it was nice the way they did it. And of course they had to cheat to do it. And, it came back to backfire on Sheamus and Ceasaro, who was trying to neutralize that, but winded up losing the match anyway. We had a nice little video package right before the last man standing match between Sami Zayn and Braun Strowman. It was just building towards the match, and how Strowman's been carving a path of destruction since Roadblock, when Sami Zayn survived the 10 minutes. And Strowman was just pissed and wreaking havoc backstage. And Stephanie was able to finally stop him and give him the match that he wanted against Sami Zayn. And he didn't just want a standard match, he wanted a last man standing match. And that's exactly what we got here, which in my opinion was the match of the night for me. This was a hell of a match. I thoroughly enjoyed this match. Sami started, taking it to Strowman in the beginning of the match with kendo sticks. And then, Braun took him, snapped him in half. Sami went and grabbed another one, and the same thing happened. Then Sami went into throwing him into the ring post. He tried to do that diving through the turnbuckle DDT that he does. And as he went through, Strowman hit him with a right hand. Boom, right to the mouth. He got punched in the face. I'm just like, dang. Strowman didn't give not one fuck this match. And that's when Strowman started to destroy him. The match spilled into backstage. They were fighting in the backstage area for a little bit. Sami Zayn wouldn't give up, though. Grabbed a steel chair and started hitting him. They fought back into the arena right by the top of the stage. Sami kept hitting him with the chair, Strowman kept countering, kept hitting him with the chair. He tried to, get it back again. And then they had a spot on the top of the stage where they both, fell off. And I think, Sami, when it jumped into his arms and they fell backwards, and they both went through 2 tables. I'm just like, oh, shit, didn't see that coming. Like I said, it was really a really brutal match. Sami Zayn was not going to give up, even though Strowman was clubbing this man. He was beating the hell out of him. And they both got up before the 5 count. I'm just like, okay, all right. Well, I expected Strowman to get up, but even though he took the worst bump, Sami kind of landed on him, so it wasn't as bad for him. Strowman still got up by the count of 5. So Sami would have to do something miraculous if he wanted to beat Strowman in this match. And then Strowman got on the little entrance ramp, and Sami went to go hit him with the chair as he was still, on the bottom part. Strowman caught the chair, lifted this man up by the chair, and threw him. And this man, Sami Zayn, did a baseball slide down the entrance ramp. I'm just like, oh my God, that is power right there. He grabbed the steel chair, lifted him up, and tossed him from the bottom part of the stage down the entrance ramp. It was incredible if you've seen it. I'm sure you've seen it. But if you didn't, you need to go back and watch that, because it was just incredible how he did that. And that's when Strowman started doing the running power slams on the outside of the ring. Zayn kept trying to get up. Strowman kept on clubbing him, kept throwing the forearms at him and stuff. Zayn kept trying to beat the 10 count, and then Strowman hit one more running power slam on the outside again. And that was pretty much it for Sami. He didn't get up after that. But he fought hard. He showed resilience. I think, he didn't look that weak in this match, considering how big Braun Strowman is. Sami showed incredible heart, and I hope this, elevates him to maybe, going after a United States Championship, or, doing something good. So hopefully, they invest a little bit in Sami, get his character, completely, in check a little bit more. And I think, he could be one of the main eventers, because they're not building towards any other main event people right now. Strowman probably is, starting to become one of the main event guys as well. He looked very, very strong in this match. And it took a lot for him to be incapacitated for a 10 count. And Sami tried, everything in his arsenal to do just that, but it just showed the power and the resiliency of a Strowman, that it's going to be very, very hard to beat this man in a legitimate match, even when you got weapons and stuff. So, I like how they made Braun look. I like how they made Sami Zayn look. Wasn't a bad match. My match of the night. And, after the match, though, Strowman wasn't even finished. He wasn't even done. He got the win. Mick Foley and then, a couple referees and, the ambulance people, whatever, the paramedics, they came down, put Sami Zayn on the stretcher, and as they, pushing him out, Strowman gets out of the ring after celebrating, and just tips it over. And, and then he picks Sami Zayn up and throws him into a barricade just for good measure, just to add more insult to injury. And it was just hilarious how he did that. And I don't know if this means they're done. I think Sami Zayn's probably going to try to come back to him again, but I don't know. We'll see where they go from here. And like I said, I like how they made Strowman look, and I like how they made Zayn look. Then next we got the New Day. First they did a little backstage segment with the Jack Gallagher. I think he was trying to teach him how to duel with the umbrellas. I don't know, whatever. They came out, announced they're going to be in the Royal Rumble, and was pretty much just talking about that. And then Titus O'Neil steals their gimmick with the New Day, and he did all of that. And then Titus O'Neil came out and said they needed a new member of the New Day. He said he has rhythm and also a few musical talents, and he's just dancing and gyrating like them. And then he went to touch Francesca too, and Xavier was about to smack this man in the mouth. He was just like, no, honey, nobody touches my girl but me. And he was like, Titus was like, oh, that's all right. That's why I came prepared. And then he pulled out the whistle, just like that's on his theme song, started blowing the whistle in rhythm and started twerking. And I'm just like, what are we doing here? Why is this man twerking in the ring? This man is like 6'8", 265. Why is this man twerking in the ring for the New Day? I just didn't understand it. And Big E stopped him. He was just like, Titus, we all know you blow. And that was funny. And Titus was just like, imagine my face on a box of Bootios instead of y'all. Just imagine me. Imagine me as being the fourth member of the New Day. And Xavier said they'd rather have his face on the back of a milk carton. Nobody wants to wake up in the morning, eat some breakfast cereal, and see his face on a box of Bootios. They're trying to market to breakfast people. They're trying to, please the audience, not put somebody like Titus O'Neil on a box of Bootios. And then Titus was like, well, that's a pretty strong joke coming from the weak link of the New Day. And I'm just like, oh, he went there. He actually went there. We were all thinking it, but he went there. And then Xavier challenged him to a match and says if he's man enough, he'll show him who the weak link is. And then Titus cheap shot him in the face and got out the ring like he was about to go to the back. And then he actually gave him the match and said it was going to happen now. But he was about to walk away. I'm just like, okay, all right. I mean, I understand leaving the ring, but don't look like you're about to just walk to the back and be like, yeah, your match is happening right now, but I'm leaving. Like, it just didn't look right how he was about to go about that. But they did have the match, Xavier versus Titus. Titus was dominant pretty much the whole match. Had the advantage, and then Xavier caught him with a roll-up. Simple match, not much. I don't know why they're feuding. I don't know. New Day is probably going to be directionless for a while because I don't think they're going after the tag team championships because they lost their rematch. And then we get Bayley. Bayley goes into Stephanie McMahon's office, and this is kind of where I started to have a problem. Because if you remember earlier in the night, your two heels, Owens and Jericho, are supposed to be, the two that she's supposed to pander to. But then she completely gets a face, and then she completely destroys her as well. She's just killing all the talent. So Bayley comes in, says she wants to know why Dana was the special guest referee in her match last week against Charlotte. Stephanie says Charlotte's attorneys are very powerful, and it was kind of out of her hands. And then she says she didn't actually really want Bayley to be on Raw. Mick Foley was the one who, was just like, oh, Bayley, we need her on Raw. And was the one really behind her. But Stephanie, I honestly didn't even want her. Then she says, Charlotte has star power and is great and, has that championship pedigree and the look of a champion. But Bayley is just ordinary. She's just Bayley. And then Bayley was just like, she may not have a famous last name or grew up in the business like her and Charlotte did, but she actually does belong. She may not have the look. It may just be Bayley, but she's actually fine with that. And that's good enough for her. And then Stephanie completely was just like, okay, you kind of got me on your side. I'm just like, how? You just completely buried her and then say, oh, now I'm on your side. That didn't make any sense. She put her up against Nia Jax in a women's championship #1 contenders match, and the winner will face Charlotte at the Rumble. But that's not why I have a problem here. Because like I said, earlier in the night, Stephanie completely shun the heels a little bit and completely bury them. Then you come back and then you bury a face. What side of the fence are you on? And didn't you, like 2 to 3 months ago, bury Charlotte, saying she was a disgrace to the women's division and she shouldn't even be in the WWE and her father should be disappointed in her? Like, what side of the fence is Stephanie on? This makes no sense. It doesn't help your talent get over. If you're going to build, the sympathy for Bayley, fine. But if you're going to turn around and have Steph completely contradict everything she said about Charlotte in the past, because now she's the champion and now she got lawyers or whatever, you guys are the WWE. You telling me y'all don't got lawyers? You telling me Charlotte's lawyers are better than Vince's lawyers? Come on now. This doesn't make any sense. It don't make any sense at all. But we did get a match between Bayley and Nia Jax in a little bit. We'll talk about that in a second. Next, we get Mr. Steal Your Girl, Noam Dar. Still trying to get Cedric Alexander's girl, Alicia Fox. He actually went up to him to apologize. And Cedric was like, you need to apologize to Alicia Fox. He was like, I'm sorry, sweet cheeks. He called her sweet cheeks and then, ran away. So he's still trying to get in the head of Cedric Alexander. And I think it's actually working a little bit because he's getting pissed every time. He's going to kill this man. Then we get Cedric Alexander versus Drew Gulak. Once again, match didn't go that long. Tony Nese was in Gulak's corner, started to interfere in the match, got on the apron to distract Cedric Alexander. Then Alicia Fox grabbed this man from the apron and threw him down and made him look like a punk. He got up and she flinched at him and this man almost jumped out of his suit. I'm just like, dude, it's Alicia Fox. What's she gonna do to you? What's she gonna do? She not gonna hurt you. Come on, man. And then Cedric, was just like, yeah, you got him. And got distracted, and Drew Gulak rolled him up and got a victory. I'm just like, oh boy. And apparently the gimmick here is that Alicia keeps costing him matches by distracting him. So I'm thinking she's going to eventually wind up with Noam Dar. I feel like that's coming soon. She's going to turn on Cedric, and he going to steal his girl. It's just funny because Noam Dar is trying to steal everybody's girl. Like last week, I think somebody was walking through the hallway and Noam Dar was talking to I don't know if he was talking to Bayley or he was talking to some other female, but this man just trying to have all the females. I feel it though. Go ahead, play on, player. And then we get actually another good match, but one I'm tired of seeing. Chris Jericho versus Roman Reigns for the United States Championship. Roman Reigns has only defended the title but a few times. And I think the only person that's challenged him for the title after Rusev is Chris Jericho. I don't think Roman has defended against anybody else but Jericho. So once again, we get Jericho challenging for the title. This time, Reigns can't get DQ'd or counted out, or he actually loses the belt. Jericho was getting some good work in on Reigns, but it still just kind of felt like the same match for a little bit. They amped it up a little bit more later on in the match. They did a spot that almost got Reigns counted out, meaning he almost lost the title. He got back in at 9.5, which was alright. You're putting over the stipulation of the match. I appreciated that. Jericho got him into the walls of Jericho after a series of counters that went from the spear to the code breaker being countered and led to Jericho putting him in the walls of Jericho. Reigns fought out of that as well. The crowd was hyped for Jericho because he's currently resides in Tampa. So, of course, the crowd was going crazy for him. Didn't really hear a complete, shunning of Roman Reigns. There's a little bit of boos, kind of a little bit. Not as bad as, a Chicago or a Brooklyn or something with boo Reigns. But, kind of did hear a good amount of cheers for him as well. Reigns got out of the code breaker with a small package, which Jericho kicked out of. Jericho jumped from the top rope, caught a Superman punch, and slumped up across the ring. And then this man, Chris Jericho, which is one of the other reasons why I love him so much, this man did an Eddie Guerrero spot. Because, like I said, one of the stipulations is that if Roman gets DQ'd, he loses the title. So this man Jericho took off the ring, the turnbuckle for one of the corners, went outside the ring, grabbed the United States Championship, got back in the ring, waited as if he was about to, hit Reigns with the title, then threw the title at him, did a flat back bump to perfection, and the ref turned around and looked, and Reigns was holding the title like he had just hit Jericho, and Jericho was selling the fact that he just got hit. And then the ref pointed at Reigns like, wait a minute, did you just hit him with the title? Did you? Wait, hold on. You're not supposed to do that. And then Reigns was sitting there pleading his case, and apparently he has so much pull that the ref didn't disqualify him. Because Jericho just got up, hit him with the code breaker, and almost got a 3 count. And I'm just like, man, if Jericho would have milked that a little bit longer, I think they would have took the title off of Reigns. I think the ref would have, disqualified him. But apparently Reigns was convincing enough that, the ref didn't disqualify him. He just got the title out of the ring. Jericho got the 2 count with the code breaker. And then he went to hit Reigns again. Hit the turnbuckle that was exposed that I thought the ref was putting back, but apparently he wasn't, which didn't make any sense. And then he turned around and caught a spear from Reigns, and Reigns retains his championship. But man, like I said, if Jericho would have just milked it a little bit longer, Reigns would have lost the title, but the ref wasn't buying it anyway, so I guess it really didn't matter. Next, we get another Cruiserweight match, TJ Perkins versus the Brian Kendrick, another match I've seen a lot. But, once again, 2 more good workers in the company, and, specifically in the Cruiserweight division. I think Austin Aries is coming to the Cruiserweight division when he's completely, healed from, whatever injury he got. I think his eye was messed up or something like that. But I the way he's talking on commentary and stuff, and the way he's analyzing things, and he's on 205 Live, I think he's coming to the Cruiserweight division. I think his time in NXT is probably done. They probably don't have much more to do with him. Even though I would have loved to see him feud with Nakamura for a little bit, I think they're just going to bring him up and put him in the Cruiserweight division, which could work, but hopefully they transition him out of the Cruiserweight division at some point. I think it'll be nice for 205 Live. You got a big name like Austin Aries on there. You got Neville, who's completely reinvented himself as a dominant heel. You got TJ Perkins, who's, flashy and very crafty. The Brian Kendrick, always fun to watch. Cedric Alexander. You got the champion, Rich Swann. How could I possibly forget Rich Swann? All these guys are entertaining to watch. Even the guys they don't really talk about a lot. Drew Gulak has a very, a very technical style that he works with. Tony Nese. Tony Nese is very impressive. Can't forget about the Jack Gallagher. The Cruiserweight division is pretty nice. And I think, Austin Aries could just add to the fact that people should be watching 205 Live. Hopefully I can, start watching it. I currently don't have the network right now, but I'm working on getting it back. But back to the TJ Perkins and Brian Kendrick match. It was a pretty good match. Made more sense when the title was involved. But TJ Perkins was able to win with the knee bar. And I think he challenged Neville or something after this. And they're going to face tomorrow on 205 Live. That should be a great match. And I don't know what they're going to do with Brian Kendrick right now, but we'll see. Next we had Rusev and Jinder Mahal versus Big Cass. It was supposed to be versus Cass and Enzo, but Enzo's still selling his deathly injuries from when Rusev and Jinder Mahal jumped him last week on Raw at that sensitivity training class or whatever. They completely destroyed him once again. Because, Ruru got a fuck. Ruru be fucking out here in these streets. And Enzo fell victim once again. He got him in a hotel, and then he got him backstage. So, Big Cass was in a handicap match. Jinder Mahal started messing with Enzo on the outside. Cass got distracted. Rusev hit the jumping spin heel kick or some gimmick and picked up the win. I don't know if Enzo and Cass are ever going to get a win over Rusev, but I guess they're trying to build up the sympathy so that I don't know. They better not have Enzo beat Rusev clean. I wouldn't agree with that. It would make more sense if Rusev actually had the United States Championship. I'd be more invested in this rivalry. But pretty much Enzo tried to play the Noam Dar role of Mr. Steal Your Girl, and it backfired. So I don't know where this storyline's going anymore. But I don't really care. Next we had the Women's Championship number 1 contenders match. We had Nia Jax versus Bayley. Bayley was getting her ass kicked, and I thought Nia was going to win the match at first. And that's when Sasha Banks' music hit. While Nia was on the top, or like the second rope, she was on the second rope. Sasha Banks' music hit, she immediately looked at the entrance ramp, because if you remember a few weeks ago, while, you know, Sasha was out there with her crutch and her knee brace on, she was attacked by Nia Jax. Nia said she's not the boss to her, and she's just a little girl, or whatever this gimmick is, and just, you know, started to completely destroy her. So Sasha, you know, started walking down the ramp. Nia wasn't paying attention. Bayley hopped up, hit the Bayley to belly from the second rope, and was able to pick up the victory. So now we're getting Bayley versus Charlotte at the Royal Rumble, which we're probably going to wind up getting it on a few more episodes of Raw and probably at WrestleMania. So by the time that they fight at WrestleMania, because they've already fought 4 times now, or 3 or 4 times. So by the time they fight at WrestleMania, nobody's going to care, because we keep doing the same matches over and over and over. Like, WrestleMania is going to wind up being, it's going to be what? Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins, Universal Championship. Roman Reigns versus Jericho, United States Championship. Bayley versus Sasha versus Charlotte, triple threat match for the Women's Championship. Enzo and Cass versus Rusev and Jinder Mahal. Brock versus Goldberg. Like, we're just going to just redo all the matches we've already done. Like, what's the point of having a variety anymore? There's not really any point. So that was the last match of the night, but we get one last segment to end the show, which I kind of had a problem with at the end. It was the Kevin Owens show. The talk show that Mick Foley granted Kevin Owens to have, and his guest was Goldberg. So Jericho, before Goldberg comes out, says that Brock and Goldberg are going to be the first 2 entrants in the Royal Rumble, and then he says he's going to be number 3. Owens takes offense to this, like, wait a minute, you're in the Rumble? Why didn't you tell me about this? I don't want to fight my best friend at WrestleMania. I don't want to do that. We're best friends. And Jericho was like, listen, if this happens, then it doesn't matter who wins the match at WrestleMania, because either one of us, we're best friends. We're still going to both be the WWE Universal Champion, no matter who has the belt. And Owens was just like, not on board with it at all. And then we get Goldberg. Who comes out. Goldberg gets, like, this man was on a mission. He must have popped like several mollies or something, because Goldberg ain't give a fuck. He got in the ring. It was like, oh, you're in the Rumble. You know what that means? That means you're first. And I'm like, wait a minute. If you and Brock are the first 2 competitors in the Rumble, why in the hell would Jericho be first? Because considering you just squashed the Brock Lesnar, how is Jericho going to be first? That didn't make sense. Jericho goes to put him on the list, and he was like, you know what happens when you say you're going to take me out of the Rumble, when you say I'm first, when you come out here like you got an attitude problem? And then, you know, he went to go click the pin, and Goldberg got right in his face and was like, yeah, spear. And then he walked over to Kevin Owens, jackhammer. That's what happens. And I'm like, oh, okay, why you so mad? Like, he's just about to put you on the list. Just let it happen. You're just going on the list. Just let him put you on the list. Just let it happen. Don't fight it. Don't even fight it, Goldberg. And Owens gets pissed, and he was like, that's not what happens. He was just, and then like Goldberg started throwing furniture and shit. He was like, wait, you think I'm supposed to be scared of you? You think I'm supposed to be intimidated because you started throwing some cheap ass furniture? And then Owens threw the little table they had out, threw both of the chairs out of the ring. See, I can do it too. And then, you know, they got face to face with each other. He's like, I'm the WWE Universal Champion. I don't give a damn who you are. I'm like, oh yes, that's how you're supposed to book Owens. And then Paul Heyman comes out, interrupts them, and says, you know, he has a spoiler for the Royal Rumble match. It's going to be eat, sleep, elimination, repeat. And, you know, he just kept going on, and, you know, got to like the outside of the ring. I'm just talking about what Brock is going to do. Brock's going to do this. Brock's going to do that. He's going to win the Rumble. And then Goldberg's like, he's not going to do any of that. Brock ain't doing shit. You know why? Because I'm going to win the Rumble. And it doesn't matter if I'm facing Roman Reigns or Kevin Owens. Either one of us is going to have a date at WrestleMania. And then, you know, he went back to Kevin Owens' face, and he, you know, got face to face again. And that's when the Roman and the Reigns came out. I'm like, okay, you know, he mentioned his name. Of course, Roman's going to come out. Roman came out without the U.S. Championship. And I thought that was kind of strange. I thought he was, he should have put the belt over a little bit more. I understand, he was just pissed and it had nothing to do with the title. But if you're the damn champion, bring the damn title with you. That didn't make any sense. Roman Reigns comes down. He calls Jericho and Owens delusional. If they, he called Jericho delusional if he thinks he's going to win the Royal Rumble. And he calls Owens delusional if he thinks he's going to walk out still the Universal Champion. And then he stared down Goldberg. He was like, and now I'm coming to you. Because, like I said, Goldberg just called him out a little bit ago. And then they go face to face with each other. The crowd started going crazy. Because I'm sure they want to see the match. Because I'm sure they want Goldberg to bury Roman. And then the Braun Strowman comes out. I'm just like, yes, the Strowman. Have him kill people. Yes, we're finally booking somebody strong. And it's gone. He came out, was just like, if anybody is winning the Royal Rumble, it's going to be him. I'm like, yes, put your name in that hat. Throw your name into contention to win the Rumble. Because he's one of my favorites to win it, to be honest. I don't know if he'll actually win it. I'll make a video on who I think is going to win the Rumble soon. But, he's just, tossing his name in the hat, saying he's going to win the Royal Rumble. I'm like, yes, you're making yourself look strong. But then I started to notice how they started to make Owens less and less and less important. Owens kind of just like slid out of the ring and became irrelevant for the rest of the segment. Strowman gets into the ring. He goes to approach Goldberg and the Reigns. And then they double spear him. And I'm just like, oh God, why? It took so long for somebody to take this man off his feet. And then we get Goldberg and Reigns to just double spear this man. They should have just hit a brick wall. Both of them. If we're actually going to build the Strowman, have them hit a brick wall and completely just stop. And then Strowman look at them and roar. That's how that should have been booked. I understand. You're trying to make Goldberg look strong. He's already damn strong. Give somebody else the damn rub. Strowman could have benefited from that segment and you completely ruined it. And you once again made the damn Universal Champion irrelevant. You had Goldberg bitch him out. You had Reigns bitch him out. And then you got Strowman come out. Oh, you had Paul Heyman come out saying, Brock's going to win the Rumble. And then you had the Strowman come out, completely make Kevin Owens utterly useless in this segment. He's just outside of the ring. They don't even mention him no more. Screw you. We don't even care that you got the championship. We just going to get that belt up off of you. And then you double spear the Braun Strowman after that incredible hell of a match he had with Sami Zayn, where it took forever for him to even get knocked down by him. And then you just immediately, off of one double spear, have this man knocked down. If anything, if you're going to do that, he should have at least just got knocked out of the ring and landed on his feet. That's what I would have did there. That's what I would have did. Not just... all this momentum he had just got killed. Just like that. Now does he look legitimate to win the Rumble? I don't think so. If you're going to have anybody... You're just not going to have nobody look legitimate to eliminate Brock Lesnar or Goldberg. Because I'll talk about it. I'm not going to give it away. But I'll talk about that. But I just think that Braun Strowman could have benefited from this segment and you completely ruined it. And I think even then, even if they weren't going to attack him, I think Owens should have gotten in the ring. Was like, hold on. This is my damn ring. This is my show. This is the Kevin Owens show. You're not about to make me look useless. This is my show. All of you can get the hell out of my ring because I'm a Universal Champion. And if anybody had a problem with it, we could throw these fisticuffs because I don't give a damn. But no, we have the Universal Champion, the Kevin Owens show, the host of the Kevin Owens show, get out of the ring and just leave it alone. How are we supposed to make our champions feel important, even our heels, if all they do is become chicken shits and don't stand up for themselves and don't even look strong? They're not legitimate champions at that point. It just doesn't make any sense booking-wise. I don't understand what they're doing with him. He's looking like a transitional champion, even though he hasn't lost the belt yet. I'm starting to think he's going to lose the title to Roman at the Rumble. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. But they got to do something because I think I'm going to make a separate video on this as well. You can't keep making your heels look weak all the time. If they're taking a powder to get heat, fine. Where was the heat to get there from him leaving? Everybody forgot he was there. I was wondering what the hell happened to Owens during that segment after the Strowman came out. Like, I was just wondering what happened. And then we got Reigns just leave the ring after they double spear him and Goldberg gets on the top rope. Why the hell couldn't Owens just pop up powerbomb him to look strong after that? Why? Why can't we do that? This isn't NXT Kevin Owens. NXT Kevin Owens would have threw somebody into that damn ring apron and not gave one single fuck about it. He would have did that. But no, we're not doing that with Owens. We're making him look weak. This is just like Seth Rollins' fucking run as a champion. We're not making him look good. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. We'll see. Raw had some good high points. I'll give it a C for the night. It was an average show. Some shit was entertaining to me. Some other stuff pissed me off booking wise. And I'm going to tell you guys about the Rumble. And probably the next couple of weeks I'm going to make the video on it. But it's just not looking good. It's not looking good for Kevin Owens. It's really not. So let me know what you guys thought of Raw. Let me know down in the comment section down below. Did you guys think it was a good episode, bad episode, just an average episode? Let me know what you guys thought of that final segment with everybody involved. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Slap a like on the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys are new. And I'll talk to you guys later on, because I got some more videos coming this week. And I'm going to get those out to you. Not just the reviews, but I got some topic videos I want to discuss. And thank you guys for watching. Peace.